Intro time. Alrighty. Tom from Vintage Treasure Gems. Today we're going to be taking a look at our goals for going full-time, if it's possible as a reseller, currently part-time, and what it takes to get there. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you like the pen, like and subscribe more. Otherwise, enjoy it, and I hope it helps. So our goal is for Lindsay to go full-time reselling in 9 months when we move to Boulder in Colorado. Our goal for that time frame, or for that 9 months from now, is to have 1,000 items listed and sustained, and looking at essentially 15,000 in sales per month as a result of those 1,000 listings. That would work out to be about 10,000 profit per month, and the total time cost of that would be something like 66 hours per month, and I think about 16.6 hours per week. Now, the real reason I feel confident in those numbers is because I've built a spreadsheet that I've used to kind of calculate all this stuff based on our data, and it's one that I'm going to make freely available to everyone. I'll be doing a tutorial video on how to use it as probably a follow-up to this, but it really inspired me to set our targets and our goals, and actually I felt like we could get there anyway. You know, in a relatively short amount of time, our earnings have increased really nicely. So I kind of felt like we could do it, but this really just has helped me zone in on what we want to do. So our road to full time is going to mainly revolve around a couple of the pillars that I talked about in a previous video. If you remember, effort, time, knowledge, and money available. Effort is always there, and is always going to be fundamental, and it's going to need a good effort from us to make this progress. Our efficiency and development of our knowledge is going to be key to this success. And money is obviously part of it. We're in a fortunate enough position where we've earned enough and put enough back in, where I don't see money being a restraining factor in being able to pick up inventory. You know, picking up items at, let's say, 150 items a month to cover what we sell. Even if we're paying $5 an item or $10 an item, that's $1,000 in inventory per month, which we should get far more of that back in the sales that we make. And so I've kind of thought of a few key areas that I'm going to want to work on, or that we're going to want to work on, in order to actually achieve these numbers and make full-time a reality. So this is what our road to full-time looks like. And again, I'm going to share the spreadsheet with you guys at the end, and we're going to talk about that. But there's a few things that came out from when I was looking at that are going to be really important. The first one, so move me about, is going to be time. Our ability to list high-quality listings in as fast time as possible is going to be fundamental to us building the inventory size out. So time commitment is going to go in two ways. One, being better at how we spend it when we list and pick up inventory and everything, photograph it and measure it and all that stuff. And the other is going to be just putting in extra time to make sure that we list enough items every day. Money, I've already said, not really a block. We've got enough in the business account from the money that's come in so far to kind of cover us, you know, if we do heavier spending months. But there is then going to be a knowledge driver here that is going to help us as well. So as well as being more time efficient, and this ties into time efficiency as well, I need to make sure that our knowledge and my knowledge is continuing to grow. So that is better knowledge of brands to be on the lookout for, bolos, what their ASP is, and essentially how much I think is reasonable to pick them up for. Because at the moment, going to the thrift store and I'm trying to be thorough, so I spend a good amount of time looking up the items that we put in our cart, and then we'll filter some out if we don't think the numbers are good. But I need to be able to pick up a brand, know what it is, which I know with several at the moment, and put it in the basket and not even need to look it up. So take Marine Layer, right? Thrift for Life YouTube channel, really good for men's bolos. I saw a video that he was talking about this, and again, I'll link him at the end. Marine Layer, Californian brand. It seems like on eBay, if you pick up a hoodie, a sweater, pretty much anything, you're looking at north of $25, anywhere between 25 and 40. So I'm very comfortable spending $5 in the thrift store without looking that up, which saves me a minute, 2 minutes in the thrift store picking up. So that knowledge is going to help with the time efficiency. And then we've also got effort to kind of achieve this goal as well, which is going to need to be high. So there will be a full video on this spreadsheet, how it works. I'll make it available. There'll be a tutorial, a click through. But really it runs on a few key things. These orange fields are where we input data, and every row is a month. There's also a key down here that explains some of the terms I'm going to talk about. Again, if you're looking for some people who are doing great analytic stuff, Sarah Stiles, YouTuber, have a look at her stuff. She does great stuff on some of these concepts like sell-through rate. I know she's also done her own stuff on how to do the analytics, so she's great for that, and she's been doing more kind of bolo stuff recently as well, so check her out. Again, Thrift for Life, great for bolos. And we talked about effort. I would also say go and have a look at Daily Refinement, in terms of he's a big guy on eBay, or does a lot of stuff on eBay. He's really good for ideas about efficiency, like the photo board you can see behind me. I kind of stole that from one of his videos where he talked about how he photographs. So go have a look at those guys. They're definitely worth the time. So idea is 12-month plan. There's a number of tabs that I'll go through in the actual video as well when we do the demo. And so for this first month, I put in our September data. So within September, we had 600 items listed, not freshly listed, but 600 items in our inventory, in our closet, or in our eBay store, whatever it was. And we made 150 sales. Our average sale price was 57. And our average profit per item, after we'd taken the fees out and the cost of acquiring it, was $41, which is pretty decent considering what we're doing. If you want to get this, like I give this to you guys to do yourself if you want to. There's a few ways that you could work this out. I mean, but you can guesstimate it as well if you feel like you've got a bit of an idea of your numbers. But you can also download your data from Poshmark and Etsy and all that, and eBay and that stuff. The other thing, and this is where the efficiency comes in, is the time cost per item. So every item we list costs us 15 minutes. Now, the cool thing that the spreadsheet does is it will then go ahead and, based on that data, it will tell us what we did. So for instance, for that month, so the month that I put in, our margin was essentially 0.72. Again, there's a key here describing it, but our margin is essentially the ratio of our profit to the total sale price. So if we sold at $100, this 0.72 means that we essentially kept $72 as profit after the fees had come out and after we'd paid for the item itself. Sell-through rate. Again, Sarah Stiles does some great stuff on this, and she's got a better video than me explaining it. But this is the ratio of your inventory that sells. So we had 600 items listed, and we had monthly sales of 150. So that gives us 0.25, and it basically means a quarter of our closet every month sells. Based on that, and these numbers actually, because this is all calculated in blue here. So this actually ended up being pretty spot on. I think our profit was actually about 8,100. Sorry, our sales are about 8,100 last month. And then the calculated profit based on our margins is 6,000. And the really cool thing about this for me, and this is where my mind went, was when you start to break it down in terms of time cost, you start to become very well paid per hour. And so what I mean by that, in terms of being well paid, in terms of the way we're doing things at the moment, is we are selling 150 items a month, let's say. Now, in order to keep pace with that, we have to list 150 items a month, right? 150 out. If we just let that happen, our closet would shrink, we'd make less sales, and then we would make less off it. So in order to keep our closet stable at 600 items, I would have to list 150 items a month. Each item costs me 15 minutes. In total, that spins out to be just under 40 hours a month. That is per month. So for 40 hours a month, we can generate approximately $6,000 in profit. And per week, that works out at 10 hours per week, or just under, which is pretty nuts. If you convert that, your annual salary, if you were to only be doing this, you're doing 10 hours a week, 40 hours a month, and this is I should say, this is every month. So this is not including your holidays and time off and all that stuff. So it's a little brute force math. But you would earn essentially $73,000 per year, right? That would be your profit for the business in any given year. And with the hours that you'd work to put in, that would work out about $164 an hour. Again, if I've messed up the math somewhere here, someone sanity check me. There will be little variables that we can shift about, but even I think I'm going a bit insane when I go through these numbers. So what the spreadsheet does after that, all you have to do is enter your information here and then enter your listings per month. So what I've done is I've set our targets for what I want to do. So I want to increase our closet by 50 items a month. So I've increased that there until we get to 1,000, which looks about 9 months in. Based on our sell-through rate and our profit and sale price, this is how the numbers spin out. But also, if we were listing more items, we'd be in theory making more sales, which means that there is more time required to build the closet out, right? So if I'm making 165 sales a month because we've got 650 things listed, I have to pick up 165 items. So then the per month cost comes up to 50 hours, and we're then looking at 12.5 hours a week. And we'll see during this investment of time right now, we actually end up earning less per hour. The cool thing is when we get to the end of it and we build through again and again and again, once we get to hopefully 1,000 items, selling 265 a month at our same margins, then we're looking at roughly $15,000 a month, 10,000 of which should be profit, listing 300 items a month at a per month cost of 76 hours, 19.1 hours per week, so 2 days a week, whatever that is, 3 days a week. And then that would, in theory, produce $130,000 for the business each year. And then that would bring us $142 an hour. But if we wanted, we could then just maintain that. So actually, it was a lot of effort to increase listings each month from 950 to 1,000. But if we wanted to then stick at 1,000, all we then have to do, I say all, is source and list 265 items a month. Which sounds like a lot, but then that ends up being whatever it is, right? 260 per month, 265 divided by, let's call it 30 days in a month. So if you were to do 8 listings a day, or be able to put 8 listings a day up, in theory, that is where that is where you should be at, and that is where we're aiming for. Outro. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to do another video that's going to break everything down. Again, if it's useful, let me know. I mean, that's kind of my goal. So I hope it is, and we'll see where we are each month with progress videos to keep everyone up to date. Peace.